Hang on, just get a signal. Right then, let's start on how to compete rather than complete in your races. My name's Huw Williams. Let's do a quick intro when we walk back to the house. Come on. Well, you're probably wondering, who is that guy? You know, you've had all the famous people, and there's this guy. Some of you might have heard of me, some of you not. I'm a Notorious, apparently, UltraRunner. I'm a race director. I'm also currently receiving treatment for some cancerous tumours, and I've just had, about 2 months ago, triple heart surgery. Now, what I've learned in ultra running and my training, I'm now putting in to practice for my recovery from open heart surgery. So what I'm about to teach you in how to compete rather than complete really does work. It's advice from what I've learned over the years, and it's also advice from the elites that I've interviewed on my podcast. Notepad and pen job with this. Write it all down. Any questions, give me a shout afterwards. But let's go and chill out and find out how to compete rather than just complete. So, first of all, get yourself a notepad, hello, and a pen. Now that's not just for taking down the details today, it's also to start with your plan on how to compete rather than complete. Okay, so let's start off. Race-wise, some of you may already be running, some of you are already new to running, but what I'd certainly suggest, first of all, is start writing things down on what you want to be doing in the race. So, for instance, what I'll write down the day before in my notepad is things like, remember it's my race, trust in your training, run your own race, keep to your own race pace, and as in manage your own expectations, take on water and use your gels, enjoy, manage your heart rate, and at the bottom I always put compete rather than complete. So many of us, after spending so much time and effort with training, spending money on kit, will get to race day and it'll all go out the window. This kind of thing really does help you to become accountable and also giving you directions subconsciously on whenever you are racing, and it will also help you perform a lot better. But let's take it all the way back from the day before the race. And for some of you that are new to running, new to racing, or some of you that just want to go back to square one and get better, get the foundations better. If you have got one nearby, join a running club. Normally very, very cheap. Us runners, you're going to laugh now, we love talking running. So join a running club, and whatever your distance, 5k, 10k, ultra or marathon, zoom in to the person that is the marathon runner or the 5k runner and take as much information off them as possible. Once again, notepad and pen. Do you mind asking you a few questions on 5k and what you did at the start and so on? These guys have been running for years and they'll be able to give you the advice there and then. Now, if you want to do that a little bit better, get a coach. These will then give you a plan. Now, the price of a coach can range from 20 quid a month up to a couple of grand a month. So it all depends on your budget. But really think about it now. If you're putting so much money and so much time into your training and into what you're wearing and carrying, that little bit extra will be such a future investment. What I'd also say whenever you're looking for a new coach is look for testimonials. If there's no testimonials, they're normally brand new. But I'd certainly say look for testimonials, and if you're anything like me, a wonder geek, phone them up and ask, is it okay if I speak with such and such who you trained for an ultra marathon. This will then provide you with a foundation of knowledge. They'll also then give you a race plan. So, a race plan, for instance, this could be, right, you need to start training 6 months out and making sure that you've got the best support as well, because they will hold you accountable. All right. So, yeah, coaches, that's another one. Now, training when you don't want to. How do we get over that? We've all done it. You know, you come back from work, you've had a busy day, kids are playing up, and before you know it, your 6 o'clock window to go running has become 10 o'clock at night. Do you know what? That's going to happen to your competition as well. So you go out and you still go training, because you'll beat 5 people who didn't. It's as simple as that, guys. You can always rest when you're asleep. You'll feel a lot better for it. Your conscience won't be tapping at your head first thing in the morning. So go for that run if you have to do it late. Now, whatever you do, during work as well, if you're frustrated or annoyed about something at work, don't let that go into your running productivity. Whenever you think, oh, do you know what, I'll just have a glass of wine again. Go for your run first and then have a glass of wine afterwards. Because, think about it, the competitors that you want to beat will be doing what you want to do, as in stay in and don't. For all of you that are running for charity, especially the likes of, you know, the cancer charities, the British Heart Foundation, or Children in Need and everything, those kids, those people wish they had the ability to go running. So if you're running for some charity and you want to stay in, just think about why you are running and you'll soon get out that door. All right? You have to think about, especially if you're a charity runner, you have to think about who you're running for. And then that is when you'll be held accountable to yourself. Now, a little tip what you can use with truckers' hats is, and this goes to holding yourself accountable, take them off and write a message why you're running it. So if it's a charity, I'm running for Scope because of this and this. I'm running for a cancer charity because unfortunately my such and such passed away with it. Have those written down on your peak of your truckers hat. So mid-race you can take them off, have a look, and then catch yourself on. Bit of an Irish saying that. And also in training, have it on there. Another little use for truckers' hats, as well as being able to hide. Well, guys, what I'd say is truckers' hats wise, make sure they've got mesh on them, right? All of it's the back of mesh. Some people go out running with cotton all the way down. Don't do this. Your head won't be able to breathe. Sneaky little tip for you ultra runners and marathon runners that do wear trucker hats is write your ETA at different checkpoints. So checkpoint 1, you could be like 2:30. Checkpoint 3 at 4:30. Write these down so you just, you know, normally in the busyness of everything, you just want to remind yourself what you're doing. Write it on your trucker's hat and it's there for you. Once again, a quick access. But yeah, training wise, you've physically paid money to run in this race. So you need to invest in your future self to get out and run. Especially if this is a race that goes into the night, a 24-hour race. Race whenever you are tired, because you'll get people that won't be doing that. And those are another 10 people that you're going to beat. Go running ridiculous times in the morning. You don't have to do it all the time. Set your alarm for 4:30 and then do an hour and then go back to bed or get ready for work. Because these little tweaks that you'll be doing will certainly be making you much better than the 4, the 5, the 6, 7 or 8 other racers in the race that aren't doing this. Now, talking of races, what I definitely say training wise is start training to your heart rate. Get a heart rate monitor. There's a few in the digital running show today, but get yourself a heart rate monitor to go with your watch. You'll be able to then run to your heart rate. so you'll know whenever you're at a certain running pace, and then this will give you more of a management on how to run. I'd also change your running from the amount of miles that you're going to do, especially if you push for time during the week, how many hours you're going to do. So a block of an hour on hills, a block of 2 hours doing your speed work or coastal, but do everything in hours rather than miles. Once again, get your plan from either the running club or from the coach, and they'll really be able to, as you say, get that laser focus for whenever you are going to be peaking people off. And let's just talk about the pain cave. If you're running a marathon, if you're running an ultra, you are going to get very tired at one point. Just eat or take on some water or distract yourself with a chat or just think of your favourite songs from A to B. But remember, you've signed up for this, all right? You know at one point you'll be getting the pain cave, or you'll be getting where you'll be feeling a bit nauseous, but you have signed up for this, all right? So prepare yourself. Now, there's some famous rugby players that write this in their plan: prepare for the final 20. So write this into your plan: prepare for the pain cave, and write in, which is relevant to you, what, you know, distractions would work. So singing a certain song, or, you know, work at a different running rate to pull it back but to continue. But write in your plan for, instead of like the final 20 of a rugby match, the pain cave. Write what you're going to do rather than just getting there and thinking, oh, this race is crap, getting lethargic. And so prepare for your pain cave, because it will happen, and it's the quicker you can get out of it and how you prepare for it that will once again make you faster than the 5, the 6, the 20 that haven't put this into their training plan. And guys, just imagine yourself once again going through it, because you will, and then you will. It's easy. It's easy as peas. You will compete rather than complete. So yeah, kit. Once again, look for testimonials. Now, I love to wear trainers, truckers hats outside of running. I'm a geek. I'm a geek when it comes to that. But trainers, once again, if you're new to running, look for what other runners are wearing in the running club, or also what people are wearing during races and so on. And look to, you know, you can always order clothes in, try them on in the house, walk around in them. If they don't fit, take them back. You know, online shopping at the moment, you know, that's how a lot of customs getting done. So order a couple of sizes in, and then that's it, send back the ones that don't fit. But really make sure that your trainers are going to be the right for you. You with me? So kit wise, I'm going to move on to ultra running. Ultra running, you'll be running with your bag. Make sure, guys, top tips is your gels or your face wipes or anything that you need quick and accessible are accessible. You're with me? You could have trained really hard and then you've got maybe your torch for a night race. Well, a race is going into the night, and you might have packed it at the bottom of your bag. Put yourself in a racing, mindset whenever you are packing. So, as you say, torch. There's some, majority of torches now are light enough to wear them around your neck. So you can run along and you won't even have to stop whenever it gets dark to put your head torch on. It's as simple as that. Gels, put them in, some people stack them in where your water bottles are, or in your pockets. Once again, write down in your plan for your race what you'll be taking and what you won't be taking. Check out with the marathon or the ultra marathon where the aid stations are, what they'll have on the aid stations. Now, this is a top tip. Aid stations, you want to be ready to just fill up and go. They're one of the worst places to really lose time. The 6 aid stations, you're spending 10 minutes in each, that's an hour gone off your time. So get in there, know what you want, and leave. See, this is what I say to people, is see an aid station as a massive big nettle bush, and you've got to get away from there ASAP. So plan around the aid stations for both marathon runners and for ultra runners. New to running, or just haven't had an opportunity, go on recce's. Now these can sometimes be organised by the race director, or these can be done independent yourself. Whenever we are out of COVID, drive up to the specific place of the race and run round it. Obviously, not if it's an ultra marathon, just do a segment. But if it's a 5k or if it's a fell run, get yourselves on the hills and look for what they use as a term as a good line. Sometimes the normal path won't be the most quickest and effective way to the finish or to the top. So always look for a good line. A few fell runners, now this might work for you, is put out certain little stones or rocks at different destinations. So on race day, when everybody else is belting down a certain route, you might have put a little stone or a stack on a certain place in the race, and you know, right, if I head for that, I'll really take off a bit of time. So recce's. Now, for those of you that are doing overseas races, you can't do an actual recce of it, but you can watch all the various videos and start imagining yourself going through the finishing line. I'm a huge believer, and it does work, in looking to visualize yourself finishing the race. The sounds, the senses, how you're feeling, what you're going to do afterwards, after running through, the finishing line. Start visualizing your actual finish. And then, once you get used to doing that, start visualizing how you're going to feel in the race. You can really put this in the day before. So if you've got the day before, you've been visualizing for 5 minutes, feeling strong, feeling healthy, you then look at your plan for the race. Wow, you are feeling, guys, so up for that race. You've got a plan. You've visualized already what it's going to be like. You've projected that into the future. And that is how you are going to compete rather than complete. Look, my name's been Huw Williams. My name is Huw Williams. It's been great speaking with you today. Any questions, give us a shout. I've got lots more information. So yeah, give us a shout. And don't be afraid to ask anybody that is in the running club or at a race for their advice, because us runners, we love a great old chat and cake. Right, I'm going to go get some. See ya.